evening. This is News Now. My name is Francis MUSAKALI. Let's begin. Now, Musalia Mudavadi is speaking now, and he says that the agriculture is a backbone of the country's economy, approximately 33% of the gross domestic product. And of course, similarly, he continues to say that the sector employs more than 40% of the total population and 70% of the rural population. Now, we're speaking today in the University of Nairobi during the groundbreaking ceremony for the Agriculture, Technology and Innovation Center. Now, the initiative is a partnership between the University of Nairobi and the Elgon, Kenya. Let's listen in.
Pushing the focus on, because it now has a blend. We add zinc.
This initiative, that is a partnership between the University of Nairobi and Elgon Kenya Limited, marries the vast knowledge and expertise of academia with the financial strength of industry. This center is intended to be a leading agricultural innovation hub that will anchor sustainable agricultural development in our country. The center will enrich the lives of Kenyans, and we do not say this in vain. The agricultural sector is the backbone of our economy, contributing approximately 33% of Kenya's gross domestic product. The sector also employs more than 40% of the total population and 70% of the...
The Kenya Private Schools Association has expressed confidence that private schools in the country are well equipped to deliver on the competency-based curriculum, saying the sector has invested heavily on the retooling of teachers. Now, the association chairman, Dr. Nelson Githinji, says the sector is undertaking evaluation exercises in partnership with the government to get certified to host junior secondary schools, adding that so far 80% of private schools in the country already have the requisite facilities to host the JSS. Now, we're speaking at a stakeholders engagement, bringing together directors of private schools in the country. Let's listen in.
Mixed bag in the private schools, mainly because some of the expectations that came in regarding the upgrading of facilities, the setting up of labs, ICT labs, the setting up of spaces for what used to be co-curricular activities now mainstreamed as curricular activities. All those are some of the challenges, but I would say we had a lot of support, and we have had a lot of support from the Ministry of Education, the Regional Director of Education's office, because they have really facilitated, they have accelerated the process of having schools that are compliant being registered. They have not compromised the standards, because the key operational word here is quality.
In Homa Bay County, the County Assembly has resumed its activities after a brief break and adjourned the first session to discuss the fate of those affected by the recent nationwide protests. Ward representatives in the Homa Bay County Assembly have condemned the brutality and the conduct of police when handling protesters. They are demanding that the Independent Policing and Oversight Authority conducts investigations and take action against officers involved in the shooting, killing and injuring civilians. The ward representatives expressed concerns that the police used excessive force in dealing with the protesters. Let's listen in.
Unanimously agreed that whatever is taking place or whatever happened last week on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the excessive use of force by the police officers was not very good to them. And more so, arresting or profiling members of the county assembly to the extent that they lock us in our homes to make sure they wanted to make sure that they arrest all of us. That is against the Constitution of Kenya.
So the police should do their work. The IG of the police should come out. The National Police Service, the IPOA should come out and deal with the police who are actually killing our people. And the police should take action to people who go against the law. But people who are demonstrating peacefully, the police should allow us to demonstrate.
The Independent Police Oversight Authority must come into this matter. The local police who are involved in killing our people must be taken, brought to book, and this house must ensure this happens.
That the National Police Service shall, one, strive to the highest standards of professionalism and discipline and amongst its members. Did we see that in what was happening during the demonstrations?
And still the same, the ward representatives in the county assembly have condemned the police brutality against protesters, demanding the independent policing authority to investigate and take immediate action for the officers involved in the shooting and injuring and killing of the civilians. Now, the ward representatives expressed the concerns that the police have used excessive force to handle the protesters. And of course, we'll be getting these stories in detail. Now, civil society organizations in Migori County, represented by the Migori County Civil Societies Organizations, CSOS, are urging the Migori County government to enhance transparency in the budget preparation and implementation process. This cause comes along after Migori County ranked last in last year's budget transparency survey among counties. During a meeting with Migori County Assembly representatives, CSO members expressed their concerns that both the residents and they lack complete information about the county's budget preparation processes. Now, they emphasize the need for increased openness and access information, or rather access to information regarding the county's financial plans and execution. Let's listen in.
Citizens are not able to access required documents that need to be published by the county government, and that's the reason why we are encouraging the county government to open up so that we get access to those valid information, because they are public documents.
I believe this is the first session that I've seen that is quite interactive. And we believe if the county government can move forward and ensure that these documents are available to the members of the public, then it will make the process of budget process in Migori County perfect, and we'll be able to come out from the poor rating that we had with the survey.
Most of our websites are not working. Another area is, you realize somebody tells you, get to Office A or Office B or Department XYZ to get this information, yet ideally this information is supposed to be publicly available. So you get a lot of people are not able to give the information because we've had it before. The website was hacked, the department was hacked.
The Kenya Union of Special Needs Education Teachers, that is KUSNET, has made a passionate appeal to the government to fund students with disability in private schools. Speaking at St. Joseph's Nkapeleli Center in Narok County, or rather Narok North constituency, where they provided food aid in the county, the union has called on to Kenyans to stand with physically challenged students who have the potential to have great opportunities in the future. Let's listen in.
Competitive with the other schools, even if they are what they are. But academically, they are very much okay. We thank God that from among them, some have got sponsorship, which who are in secondaries, and they are comfortably assisted to continue with their education. And some are in the other ordinary schools, but after when they have challenged with us here, when they go, at least they are capable to adapt to other schools which are not having special children like us. But I cannot forget to say that our school, we have a lot of challenges, because you can see the children are few, the income is too little. Even by seeing the structures of the school, you have the answers by yourselves.
It is the high time the government of the Republic of Kenya to start now funding the private special schools. These are learners who have been neglected for a very long period. But through now the Minister for Education, we are urging him, the way they are funding the examination for both public and private, they start now funding the private special school. We are also calling upon the county government, and not only the county government in
Migori County still, leaders of various churches have criticized the police for their actions during last week's protests, as they held a ceremony where they lit candles and placed flowers to honor those who lost their lives during the demonstrations. Now, the religious leaders also visited families affected by the protests and expressed their grief and also voiced opinions that the police had misused their authority. Now, they are now urging the police to control protesters within their bounds of the law to uphold the principles of justice and fairness. Let's listen in.
Citizens are not able to access required documents that need to be published by the county government, and that's the reason why we are encouraging the county government to open up so that we get access to those valid information, because they are public documents.
I believe this is the first session that I've seen that is quite interactive, and we believe if the county government can move forward and ensure that these documents are available to the members of the public, then it will make the process of budget process in Migori County perfect, and we'll be able to come out from the poor rating that we had with the survey.
Most of our websites are not working. Another area is, you realize somebody tells you, get to Office A or Office B or Department XYZ to get this information, yet ideally this information is supposed to be publicly available. So you get a lot of people are not able to give the information because we've had it before. The website was...
Well, an education program that is said by many to be ambitious has been launched by a church in Samburu County aimed at enhancing access to education for the nomadic community children, who will now enjoy education following out the rollout of the evening classes to ensure children who often had livestock during the day get to learn in the evening. Now, residents of Basaloi, who are the greatest beneficiaries of the evening classes, have hailed the move. Let's listen in.
Naenda asubuhi kushunga mbuzi, jioni nakuja Lichokuti kusoma.
Masomo ya Lichokuti yanasaidia sisi. So naomba watu wa Lichokuti waende kusoma. Wale wengine ambao wataweza kutusaidia, mtusaidie ndio watoto wetu wasio wakutumiwa ovyo wakikaa nyumbani.
Children are considered the best ones, the intelligent ones, and this program helps them in literacy with the basic knowledge, but we want to improve more the life of them.
We want to take a short break, and of course when we come back we'll continue with more details, including international headlines and sports news. We'll be back.
Welcome to Imani Digital Learning Center, where endless possibilities await. Are you a student with a passion for journalism and media studies? Look no further. At IDLC School of Journalism and Media Studies, we provide a dynamic and immersive learning experience. From cutting-edge technology to hands-on projects, you'll develop the skills and knowledge to thrive in the ever-evolving world of media. Dream of a career in the captivating world of tourism and hospitality management? Our School of Tourism and Hospitality Management at IDLC offers a getaway to exciting opportunities. With industry-driven curriculum and expert faculty, you'll gain the expertise and confidence needed to excel in this thriving field. Seeking a deeper understanding of theology and divinity? At IDLC School of Theology and Divinity, we provide a nurturing environment for spiritual growth and intellectual exploration. Our dedicated faculty and thought-provoking courses will guide you on a transformative journey. At Imani Digital Learning Center, we believe in hands-on education through internships, industry partnerships, and state-of-the-art facilities. You'll gain real-world experience that sets you apart. Our supportive community and and vibrant campus life ensures a well-rounded education. Join us at Imani Digital Learning Center and unlock your potential. Discover your passion, chase your dreams, and shape a brighter future. The journey begins at IDLC. Contact us today to embark on your educational adventure at Imani Digital Learning Center. Together, let's create a path to success. You can find us nestled in the heart of Kitale at our convenient location within Imani Radio, just across from St. Joseph's Boys High School. To get in touch with us, simply reach to us at 0741 978 177, 0741 978 177, or 0742 951 379.
Hi, I'm Miracle Phyllis. Welcome as we go to science. For deaf people out there, I'm requesting you to join this program.
Well, follow us on our social media, Imani Television Kenya. We are live there on YouTube as we speak. Kenya has been challenged to invest in local manufacturing of wheelchairs with over 400,000 wheelchair users in the country. Some have had difficulties accessing them due to financial constraints. Meanwhile, calls have been made for the implementation of the Disability Act, especially on making buildings accessible to persons living with disabilities. Let's listen in.
I saw the need and the struggle for people with disability here when I was here in Kenya, and when I had an opportunity to go to the U.S. And saw how people with disability are treated, it gave me a passion to come back here and to serve those who are in need.
So we have professionals on the ground in the organization who are able to interrogate and check out someone's state, and after that they're able to give the right wheelchair that that person is needing.
Call a Hope Haven, and this is a cab. The
400,000 wheelchair users are sitting on a metallic equipment worth 12 billion. That is a business enterprise for somebody else. There are 3 million people in East Africa community who are sitting on wheelchairs. That is a business worth more than 90 billion. We really need to invest in it. If you give me crutches that are shorter, I'll walk bending down. And when I walk bending down, my back will also develop some kind of deformity, and that causing disability.
Tushikane pamoja kuwe na sheria moja ambayo inatuwezesha kusaidia walemavu wetu iwezavyo. Sio tu kuwapatia mashine za kutembea, lakini akitembea anatembea kwenda wapi? Ataenda kufanya nini? Ako na skill, ako na mahali, ako na duka yake. Atakuja ivunjwe kesho akifungua hiyo duka.
Lakini serikali ikakuwa inahakikisha kila mtoto mwenye ulemavu anapata wheelchair mzuri, anapata devices zenye anahitaji. Kama ni shule, tukuwe na special schools.
Well, let's take a look at some sports news, starting with this English sports club billionaire of Tottenham Hotspur, Joe Lewis, has been indicted for orchestrating a brazen insider trading scheme. The U.S. attorney in Manhattan says that the indictment says, or rather, during the indictment, that Lewis and his associates were able to make millions of dollars using stolen information. Now, Lewis has been charged with 16 counts of securities fraud and 3 counts of conspiracy. Lewis is accused of sharing information between 2019 and 2021 about companies including Australian Agricultural Company, Mirati Therapeutics, and Solid Biosciences. Now let's take a look at some more news, and this, starting with this one, LeBron James. Now this morning, James is out of the ICU and in stable condition after suffering from cardiac arrest. The rising basketball star of LeBron James was rushed to the ER Monday after collapsing during practice at the University of South California. Now, cardiac arrest means the 18-year-old heart stopped beating. If has the heart attack when the artery is blocked, but the heart attack can be, or rather the heart continues beating. Cardiac arrest is always associated with older adults, but it's the leading cause of death among young athletes. And of course, players in the highest risk are 4 times more likely to develop than white athletes. Of course, LeBron James has expressed his openness about wanting to play with his son in future.
Being with him, spending a full year with him in the same uniform, that would be the icing on the cake.
Of course, there are more international stories taking headlines. Let's take a look at them. Well, these are some of the international stories, and of course, we want to do this and finish this in the next 2 minutes. These are more international stories. Let's go. Israeli doctors and medical professionals are taking strike action for 24 hours to protest against the passing of the judicial bill. The new legislation prevents the Supreme Court from overruling the government decision. Changes have provoked 7 months of mass demonstrations. Palestine's Foreign Affairs Ministers delivered a written statement to the ICJ on Israel's occupation of the Palestine territories. Tuesday is the deadline for countries and organizations to submit their reports to the ICJ, which is a top UN court. China's foreign minister has been removed after only 7 months on the job. Jing Gan has been seen in the public, has not been seen in the public for the past 7 months, and no reason was given for his dismissal. And for the first, one of the first barrels of oil have been pumped from the super tankers stranded off the coast of Yemen. The sulfur has been rusting on the Red Sea for the past 8 years. A lack of maintenance and arguments over ownership threatened the catastrophic oil to spill over an explosion to happen. The UN-led salvage operating costing more than $140 million took months to arrange.
Which has started today is the critical next step in avoiding an environmental and humanitarian catastrophe on a colossal scale. Without action, the vessel could have exploded or broken apart, spilling as much as 4 times the oil released in the Exxon Valdez disaster.
The Russian Navy says it's repelled the Ukrainian drone attack from the sea. Kremlin says the attempted strike was on patrol vessel in the Black Sea Fleet. Russian Defense Ministry says it happened while its vessel was monitoring shipping from the southwestern part of the sea. And meanwhile, Russian forces have reportedly hit grain silos in the Ukrainian port of Urani and the Danube River. The Kremlin intensified attacks in the Odyssey region after withdrawing from the UN broker deal last month. My name is Francis MUSAKALI. Phyllis Mirikwa is our sign language interpreter tonight. Good night.